With negotiations stalled and a tricky summit ahead, Theresa May arrived keen to sound positive, at least on one area where she says a deal is in touching distance.
This council is about taking stock. It's also about looking ahead to how we can tackle the challenges that we all share across Europe. That means, of course, continued cooperation which must be at the heart of the strong future partnership that we want to build together.
In an open letter today to the 3 million EU citizens living in the UK, Theresa May says, EU citizens who've made their lives in the UK have made a huge contribution to our country, and we want them and their families to stay. Now, the original plan was to have the summit in the new European Council building, but there were problems with the drains, and the smell instead has driven everyone next door. And that could be a bad omen, because even if Theresa May thinks she's getting close to a deal on citizens' rights, on Northern Ireland and on the money especially, there's a massive gap between the two sides, which right now looks impossible to bridge. France and Germany are the serious power brokers here. Chancellor Merkel said she was heartened by recent progress on the British position. But don't be fooled. The £18 billion or so Britain's promised so far to settle accounts is not considered enough. Marcus Price is Brussels bureau chief for German TV network ARD.
My understanding is something between 40 or 40 plus, then we're gonna getting closer to sufficient progress.
40 plus billion euros?
Yes, exactly.
I mean, is there not an appreciation that that might be quite hard for the Brits to sell back home?
Yeah, but there's also an understanding that the British decided to opt for Brexit negotiations, and that's how it is then.
Look who's also in town. The Labour leaders come to Brussels for separate talks with European leaders and the chief EU negotiator.
We cannot countenance the idea that we just rush headlong into no deal with Europe. No deal with Europe would be very dangerous for employment and jobs in Britain.
But some influential Conservative MPs have called for Theresa May to accept there'll be no deal and start preparing Britain to trade on the rules of the World Trade Organization, like any other country outside the EU. Just another complication for the Prime Minister. No one's expecting a breakthrough here, but might there be something that at least looks like progress? Andy Bell, 5 News.